All right, welcome to this tutorial. We'll be looking at debouncing. And what is debouncing? Debouncing is the act of holding holding back for a minute or for a little while before executing a particular code. So this is usually used in search. Sometimes you want users to type into a search box and let it bring out results. So like what I've already built here. Now this is from my previous tutorial, so you can check out the previous tutorial in case you don't know how to do a search. But for here, well, just give me a minute. Let me make sure this is working properly. Let me make sure this is floating on top. Okay, so that it doesn't leave. All right, great. So for here, what are we doing? As soon as you type in something into the search box, it brings out results. All right. Now this is okay for a small application, but what happens when the application grows? This might be a daunting task for it. So what we can do is to delay for like 1 second before we actually execute the code. Why do we do that? It allows the user enough time to finish typing a particular search term before we execute that particular code. If you notice, it doesn't have a button, but if it has a button, you might not need to do all of that. So let's create the function for a debouncing functionality. All right, so our search is working properly, so what we just want to do is add the debouncing and then bridge it with the debouncing. So immediately here we'll just do debounce. Right, and so we'll create a function debouncing. Basically this is what do we call it? This is a timeout function. That's just it. So debounce like so, and we just want to this is a function here. We just want to set a timeout, so let's call it const timeout like so, equal to set timeout like that. So I'll just use a shortcut here in the timeout down here. We'll just make it 1 second, and I'll show you how this works in a minute. All right, then inside of here, what we want to do is move this search items, which is the actual function, into here, and then down here we just call the debounce function. So debounce function goes down here, and just get rid of this. Okay, no, this is necessary. We leave this here, and then inside of here we'll clear this timeout as soon as we run the function. All right, so we return a function. The function is just to clear timeout. All right, clear timeout. So this is it. So clear timeout, put in what we are clearing, timeout. Now, if you don't clear this timeout is going to keep piling, and it's going to be heavy, and it will cause memory leakage. All right. So we want to make sure we clear the timeout like so, and we could just disable this this line so that we don't get that error. Okay. Now, look at this again. If you type in something, you get a result immediately. All right. Now that's not what we want. We want to be able to type in something and it's going to wait for us to finish up. All right, currently typing THD is giving a result. So let's refresh, let's save and refresh if you need to do a refresh. All right, now when you type in GOD like we did before, you notice I didn't give you a result immediately. All right, so let's do it again. Refresh inside of here, type in GOD. You see that it waits for us to finish typing before it gives a result. We could clear all of this and try THE. Notice that we finish typing first before we are able to get a result. And this is very important so that you don't overload your application, even though it's a front-end search. And that is it. This is how debouncing work in React. And in JavaScript generally, this is just what you really need to do. You could change the delay to as long or as short as you want it, but usually 1 second is just usually a perfect time. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial. I'll see you in my next tutorial.